Hello, welcome to Today in History. My name is Dalton FRS. It's the 5th of September and let's roll back the blind to the year 1766. On this day, this man called John Dalton, he was a British scientist, chemist, physicist, and meteorologist. Is best known for introducing the atomic theory into chemistry and for his research into color blindness, sometimes referred to as Daltonism in his honor. So John Dalton was born on this day in 1766. On this day in 1836, Sam Houston was elected President of the Republic of Texas. Now, this is new to me. I knew that, there was something to do with the southern states of America not being part of the Union until much later. I didn't actually realize that Texas was a republic. So for those of you Americans who will be screaming now, thinking, oh, this guy doesn't know his history. I'm not American, so I don't know much about American history. But yeah, this is Sam Houston, who was elected President of the Republic of Texas on this day in 1836. Samuel Houston, who was born on the 2nd of March, 1793, and died on the 26th of July, 1863, at the age of 70, was an American soldier and politician. He was an important leader of the Texas Revolution. Houston served as the first and third presidents of the Republic of Texas and was one of the first two individuals to represent Texas in the United States Senate. He also served as the 6th governor of Tennessee. Interesting. And the 7th governor of Texas, the only American to be elected governor of two different states in the United States. Wow, that's interesting. And he was also president of the Republic of Texas, first and third president. So was president twice, governor of two different states, Tennessee and Texas. Wow. So Sam Houston, who on this day in 1836 was elected President of the Republic of Texas. 1846, on this day, we encounter John W. Cromwell, Secretary, American Negro Academy. He was born on the 5th of September, 1846, died April 14th, 1927. Who was he? He was a lawyer, teacher, civil servant, journalist, historian, and civil rights activist. He was born in Washington, D.C. He was among the founders of the Bethel Literary and Historical Society and the American Negro Academy, both based in the capital. So the capital being Washington, D.C. Let's move on to the year 1877. This was the day that this guy, a Sioux chief called Crazy Horse, died. So he died in Fort Robinson, Nebraska. He was born circa 1842 near Rapid City, South Dakota. Crazy Horse, a chief of the Oglala band of Lakota Sioux, who was an able tactician and a determined warrior in the Sioux resistance to European Americans' invasion of the northern Great Plains, helped annihilate a battalion of U.S. soldiers under George A. Custer at the Battle of the Little Bighorn, which took place in 1876. So a year later, Crazy Horse died. Okay, that's an interesting name, Crazy Horse. He must have ridden on a crazy horse. That doesn't sound like a real name, must be a nickname. Right, let's go on to the year 1895 and we encounter George Washington Murray, who was elected to Congress from South Carolina on this day. He was born on the 22nd of September 1853, so at 42, obviously he was elected to this position, and he died on the 21st of April 1926. He was educated and worked as a teacher, farmer, and politician. After serving as chairman of the Sumter County Republican Party, he was elected in the 1890s as a United States Congressman from South Carolina. So that's Congressman George Murray, who distinguished himself on this day in 1895 when he was elected to Congress from South Carolina. Freddie Mercury, born on this day, real name Farrokh Bulsara, died 24th of November 1991, was a British singer-songwriter, record producer, and lead vocalist of the rock band Queen. Regarded as one of the greatest lead singers in the history of rock music, he was known for his flamboyant stage persona and 4-octave vocal range. Wow. So that's Freddie Mercury for you. Born on this day in 1946, died 24th November 1991. Real name Farrokh Bulsara. Sounds Turkish, possibly Turkish ancestry. Let's move to the year 1960. Encounter Muhammad Ali, who was then known as Cassius Clay. On this day, he won the gold medal in the 175-pound division at the 1960 Olympic Games in Rome, and then embarked on a professional career that saw him become one of the sport's most legendary competitors. Muhammad Ali was an American professional boxer, activist, and philanthropist. Nicknamed the Greatest, he is widely regarded as one of the most significant and celebrated sports figures of the 20th century, and as one of the greatest boxers of all time. I would say he is the greatest boxer of all time. I mean, he said so himself, so he must be. Anyway, certainly the most entertaining boxer of all time for sure. Muhammad Ali, the greatest, who on this day in 1960 won the gold medal in the 175-pound division at the Olympic Games in Rome. Let's move on to the year 2000. So just 20 years ago, we encountered this country, Tuvalu, which millions, billions of people around the world would have never heard of. But on this day, Tuvalu, a group of 9 coral islands in the West Central Pacific, with a population of about 10,000 people, became the 189th member of the United Nations. So that's where Tuvalu is located. You can see Australia to the left of that orange rectangle, and some of the islands, which I can't quite remember now. New Zealand, obviously, south of Tuvalu, and then Asia to the northwestern corner of this picture. Japan to the northeast as well, and lots of islands, surrounding this country, which is a country of 9 coral islands called Tuvalu. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's what Tuvalu looks like. Okay, 2001, exactly 1 year later, evidence provided for black hole theory. That's what a black hole looks like. At a scientific conference in Washington, D.C., On this day, scientists described an observation of energy flares that provided strong evidence of the theorized black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So, if you don't know what a black hole is, Google it up, find out some more information about how black holes are created and the theory behind black holes. Even though they've not actually been observed, it's a theory that, I guess on this day there was evidence provided for that theory. So 4 years ago on this day, the year of course is 2016, this lady, controversial lady, she's an American writer and political activist. Her name is Phyllis Schlafly, who was best known for her opposition to the women's movement and especially the Equal Rights Amendment. She died at the age of 92. So, don't know why she was against the women's movement. Perhaps she was against the extremism of some of the women who advocated feminism. Feminism can be taken to the other extreme. That's the aspect of feminism that I don't agree with. Perhaps that's what she had issue with. I don't know. But I believe that women should be treated equally. Women and men should be given the same opportunities. Women shouldn't be looked down upon as being the weaker sex. They may be generally, as a rule, physically, but physicality is not all there is to a human being. They have strengths in other areas. They have strengths generally in nurturing children. They're better at nurturing children. Men have their strengths as well. Things to do with muscular power, okay, heavy lifting, jobs, physical work. As a rule, yes, men are better at that. So it doesn't mean that you look down on a woman because she is not able to lift weights that you can lift, because there are things that she can do that you can't do. So we're all human beings. We should be treated equally. We should all be treated fairly. Okay, so on that note, that controversial note, I'm sure some people will take me up on this. But here's a lady who says that she was best known for opposition to the women's movement. I don't know why, but my guess is possibly some of these women took the women's movement or took feminism to an extreme. Maybe that's what she frowned against. But women should learn to appreciate our women more. We are born of women. Women gave birth to us. Some of us have daughters, we have sisters, we have aunts, girlfriends, wives. We should treat them with respect. Treat them with the respect that they deserve. Okay, guys. On that note, we shall end today's Today in History. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Share, subscribe by clicking the notification bell. That way you receive updates of my video uploads. Thanks for stopping by. Stay safe, and I shall see you tomorrow for another edition of Today in History. My name again is Sotonye Afiesi Mama. Bye-bye.